Hey guys, so I wanted to take a few minutes and sit down and tell you about my struggle and my journey to find a diagnosis for what ails me. I wanted to tell you guys about what I think it is and where I am in the journey, but basically I just wanted to get it all out there, and then, if you know a friend with a chronic illness, maybe share it with them so they feel less alone. I don't know. Anyways, so let's go to the beginning. About a year ago, my chiropractor said, "Hey, have you looked into Ehlers-Danlos syndrome?" And I was like, "No, what's that?" And she told me to look it up because it would make a lot of sense for a lot of my issues. So a year ago, I started doing research on Ehlers-Danlos, and there are 13 different types. I think that I have hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Basically, it's a genetic disorder having to do with your connective tissue. So 80% of your body is made up of collagen, and your collagen isn't supposed to stretch. So I'm not flexible at all because my muscles are super tight because I'm a type A control freak, but also because it's trying to hold all of my joints together because my joints are hypermobile. So I can dislocate joints very easily. I fell on some ice this winter and I ended up dislocating all the ribs on my left side. Constantly have something out of whack. I go into the chiropractor every week and they're adjusting me. But I wanted to talk to you guys about what my life is like and how it's changed since I've known about Ehlers-Danlos. I went to the doctor about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that. And Grant and I put together a list of all of my issues, and the list looked like the issues of an 80-year-old woman. We went in and we're like, "Look, here's all the things that I struggle with. What do you think?" And I told him about the research that I had done on Ehlers-Danlos, and he had never heard of it before, so he started looking into it. But in the meantime, he wanted to test me, do some blood tests for Lyme's disease, rheumatological diseases, anemia, different things like that. And so I went in and had my blood drawn and tested, and I recently got the results. That's the word, results. And so I want to talk about what they were, and then maybe do shorter videos about what daily life is like and what individual issues I have. I'll just list them in this video and give you a basic rundown, but I don't want to be here for an hour. The mosquitoes would kill me. The blood tests all came back normal except for one. So my cholesterol is fine. I'm not anemic. I don't have Lyme's disease. I don't have any rheumatological diseases. And the only test that came back a little bit wonky was the CK test, and I had to Google it. I had no idea what it was. Basically, apparently, when your muscles break down and they're inflamed, they secrete an enzyme into the bloodstream. And so a normal range for somebody my age, weight, all the things, would be like 30 to 145, and mine came back at like 168 or something like that. It was one of those numbers. It was in the 160s. So it came back a little bit high, and my doctor didn't know why. He said he had looked into Ehlers-Danlos, and it actually made a lot of sense, and he couldn't diagnose me because he had never seen a case before. So he actually set me up with an appointment with a geneticist at a big hospital up here. It's hard to test for because they haven't found the genetic marker for hypermobile EDS yet, but there are like diagnostic tests and things like that. So I can actually do my fingers past 90 degrees and it doesn't, hurt. I can touch my wrists with my thumbs. I can hyperextend my elbows, my knees. And the list that we took to my doctor: joint pain. My joints are always aching, always hurting. I lose sleep at night because I wake up every few minutes, really. It's not hours, minutes. and I'm sore all over, and I have to find a new position to sleep in because it feels like if I lay on my joint too long, it will either dislocate and it feels like it's eroding. That's the only way I can describe it. It just feels like it's slowly wearing away. I have extremely tight muscles just from trying to hold me together, and I'm a generally stressed person. I try not to be, but I am. Arthritis, my arthritis is really bad. So when I'm crocheting, if I crochet for more than half an hour, you have to like peel my hands open because my hands get stuck. Playing piano is very difficult if I play for more than a couple hours. I have low blood pressure. It's not terribly low, but like my resting normal blood pressure is like 98/70 something. And then when I'm really stressed, it actually drops. It doesn't elevate. For Tech Week of the show that I directed, I was at like 92/60 something. So basically dead man walking. I collapse and pass out, faint, whatever you want to call it. I collapse more than I faint, where I'm still cognizant of what's happening. I just can't control it. My legs and arms just give out, and there I go. I have chronic fatigue. I can never get enough rest. I'm always tired. Always tired. And that's something with EDS. They have adrenal fatigue, so I think I might have that. I go, and then my body just collapses. Headaches and migraines, I've struggled with that my whole life. I actually went to the neurologist in grad school because I started collapsing and I couldn't put sentences together. I couldn't form coherent thoughts. So I went to the neurologist and they said I get stress migraines, where basically my brain swells because of the stress it's under and it doesn't know how to take care of it and basically tries to reboot me. So, headaches, migraines, trouble sleeping. I get very bad upset stomach when I'm laying down. So in college I was down to like 97 pounds because I couldn't keep food down. Every night I would be throwing up. I got married and it was every night I would throw up. And then I started taking nutritional supplements and they actually worked wonders. Now I'm only sick maybe once or twice a month. With EDS, apparently there's a lot of intestinal issues where you get very irritated bowels and things like that. So digestion is a bit of an issue. So I don't know if I have food allergies or if my body just doesn't process food like it's supposed to, and it's all food, because I can be fine one day and then the next day I'm not. Making sure my dog is still in the yard. Come on, come up. Come here. Come here. Come around. Come. Good girl. Ugh. Hi, mommy. Yeah, okay. Anyways, wrapping up. So I get very upset stomach if I'm, laying down. It's almost like acid reflux, but it's not acid reflux. And then I get nauseous after eating. I get a heart attack feeling in my ribs, which is called costochondritis, which is basically the cartilage around my ribs gets inflamed, and it feels like I'm having a heart attack. I always thought when I was younger I was having a heart attack, but everyone's like, no, you're not having a heart attack, you're 15, stop. That's also part of EDS. Dislocations, I dislocate all the time. My joints, my ribs, my shoulders, my knees, my ankles, any and all are up for grabs. I have Raynaud's, which is a circulation problem, so my feet and my hands get very, very cold, and EDS, it's very hard to regulate your temperature, so I could be in 80 degrees and freezing, or I could be in a freezing room burning up. It just depends on where my body's at that day. It's very odd. But yeah, my hands go like an ash gray color, and it looks like a corpse's hands because they're just so gray. And then, yeah, so allergies and food allergies, we don't know if I have them or if it's just the gut issues. So anyways, I just wanted to get that out there, and then I'll probably make individual videos highlighting different issues and also keeping up to date with where we're at on trying to find a diagnosis. A lot of EDS patients go for years without a diagnosis because most doctors don't know about it. It's a relatively new relatively new thing. But yeah, so I want to do more videos specifically on each thing that I struggle with, and they'll be shorter videos, but kind of keep me more on track, because those of you who know me know I can go off track really quickly, and I get very scattered very easily, and there's so much to this that I almost don't even know where to begin. I want to just get it out there, get it off my mind, off my chest, whatever, and hopefully it helps some of you that are facing chronic illnesses as well and dealing with that. But I wanted those people to know, like, they're not alone, and I don't know, I felt like I needed to make a video. So feel free to share this with somebody that you know that's chronically ill. If not, that's fine. If you want me to continue doing different snippets of what I go through on a daily basis and what life is like with a chronic illness, let me know. Or if you have questions, also feel free. Until next time, I guess I'll see you guys later. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.